Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to part 2 of awesome Flutter Firebase quiz app where we are developing the complete app from scratch with admin panel. This series will cover setting up Firebase as our backend, designing stunning user interface, quiz categories, quiz creation and many more. So do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you won't miss out any of the upcoming videos on this series. So let's get started. But before moving to the code, let me show you what all things we will learn on today's video and how your app will look alike at the end of this video. So we are going to first connect the Flutter app with the Firebase. So I will tell you each and every step to how to connect the Flutter app with the Firebase for both Android and iOS. So first we going to connect the iOS app here, then we'll move to the Android app. And I will also teach you how to set up a Cloud Firestore so that you can upload the data to the Cloud Firestore database. And we will also add some of the packages from the PubDev so that we can easily handle the Firebase and the Cloud Firestore from our Flutter app. So I will recommend you that please do not skip any of the process or part from this video, because if you skip any of the process or part from this video, then you might not connect the Firebase with your Flutter app and you will face a lot of problem to upload the data to the Firestore database. So you can follow along with me and can start coding with me, because I will also explain you each and every step I am doing in our Flutter app. Now we will also create a admin login page from where the admin can log in by using their secure username and the password. So in the username he going to use a unique username and the password which will be only known by the admin, so that none of the user can directly use the admin panel to change the things in our quiz app. So for now I am created a admin login with a username Shivam and the password 123456. Now when I click to the login button, then it will directly take me to the add quiz page from where I can add the quiz for the specific category. Now here at the top you can see the upload the quiz picture. So we are going to upload the quiz picture on this container. Now after uploading the quiz image, we are going to guess the image by the four option. So here we need to enter the first option, option 2, option 3 and option 4. So after entering the option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, here come our next text field name, correct answer. We also need to enter the correct answer here so that we can also show the user what is the correct answer after he clicks on any of the option from this quiz. Now, after giving the correct answer, we can see a select category option from where the admin has to select a specific category for that quiz he want to upload. Here he can see animal, sports, random, fruits, objects, place. So these are the categories that you can also see in our home page of our quiz app. Now when I'll click to the add button, then the quiz will be directly uploaded for that specific category and we can start guessing the image by using our quiz app. But before moving to the code, I have a small request from you. Though we have already completed chat app, news app, food delivery app, to do app, etc. from the scratch, so I am giving my best to teach you Flutter and Firebase for free on this channel. But I need a small help from you. Please try to share our channel and our videos in your social media, Telegram groups, or different Facebook Flutter community so that we can include some more fellow developers in our community. And thanks for all your love and support. Now let's get started. But before moving to the code, let's move to the Firebase and we need to add our quiz app with a Firebase. So we need to write the app name here. So I'm writing quiz app. Now click on continue. Again on continue. Now use default account for Firebase. Click on create project. So as you can see, Firebase is creating a project. So wait for a few seconds. Now click on continue and we'll directly move to the Firebase. So here you can see that we can connect the iOS, Android and web app through Firebase. So first I will connect the iOS app here, then we will move to the Android app. Now we need a Apple bundle ID. So now let's move to the X code and we'll copy the bundle ID from there and we'll paste it here. Now let's move to the runner, signing and capabilities. Now copy the bundle identifier from here and paste it inside the Apple bundle ID. Now click on register app. Now download the Google service info.plist file from here and we need to paste it inside the Xcode and make sure it should be Google service info.plist file. If anything is written rather than this, then make sure you edit them. Now paste it below the info. Now click on finish. So it is done. Now let's move to the Firebase again. Click on next, again on next, next, continue to the console. So as you can see that we have successfully added the iOS app here. Now let's move to the Android app. So we need an Android package name. So we'll go to the Android app build.gradle file and here we'll copy the application ID and we'll paste it inside the Android package name. Now click on register app. Now download the google-service.json file and we need to paste it in the Android app folder. And it should be also in google-service.json file. So it is done. Now let's move to the Firebase again. Click on next. Now we need to copy this plugin and we'll go to the Android build.gradle file and we need to paste it in the class path. So we'll paste it here and we'll change some line of the code. I will strongly suggest you that please do not skip any of the process while setting up the Firebase, because if you miss any of the process or step from this video, then you might not connect the Firebase with your Android or iOS app. So it is done. Now let's move to the Firebase again and we'll copy the ID from here and we'll go to the Android build.gradle file and we'll paste in apply plugin and we'll again change some of the line of the code. Now copy the dependencies from here and we'll paste it inside the dependencies. So we'll paste two lines that we copy from the Firebase. Now click on next, continue to the console. So as you can see, we have successfully added the iOS app and Android app with a Firebase. Now let's move to the pub.dev, because from the pub.dev we need to copy the some Flutter packages and we need to paste it inside the pub.yaml file. So our first package name is Firebase core. So go to the installing, copy the dependency from here and let's move to the pub.yaml file and we'll paste it below the dependencies. Now let's move to the pub.dev again and we need to add our second package name Cloud Firestore. So go to the installing again and we'll copy the dependencies and we'll paste it in the pub.yaml file. Now let's run the packages that are just pasted inside the pub.yaml file. Basically, Cloud Firestore package help us to connect with a Firestore database and we can successfully update or write or read the data from the Firestore database. Now let's move to the main.dart file and we need to enable the Firebase from our Flutter app. So we'll write two lines here in the void main function. So we'll write widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized. Now await Firebase dot initialize app. So it is done and we have successfully connected the Firebase with our Flutter app. Now let's move and we'll create a new folder name admin here, and inside the admin folder I will create a new file name admin login.dart. Now we'll create a stateful widget name admin login. Now scaffold, and we'll pass a background color to the scaffold. So we'll write color 0xFF and we'll pass a customized color code. Now body, container, child, stack, children, container. So in the starting of the video, I have shown you that there is a curved container at the bottom in the admin panel. So we'll create that curved container by using the stack widget and a container widget here. So stack widget is because there is a two container which overlap one over the another. So whenever you want to stack up the widgets or overlap the widgets one over the another, always use a stack widget here. Now we'll pass a margin, padding and height to the container. Now with media query dot of context dot size dot width, decoration, box decoration. Now gradient, linear gradient, colors, and we'll pass a two color in our linear gradient. Now if you are a new viewer in this channel, then you might not get why I have used a linear gradient color here and what really does linear gradient color do. As if you are following my channel, then you know that what really linear gradient color does here, because I have used many times in our previous apps. So I want to repeat it again, what really does linear gradient color do. So if you want to mix one or more color together in the container, then you can use a linear gradient color here. So linear gradient color can also suggest from where you want to start the first color and end the last color, which help us to mix a two or more color together and give a perfect color to the container. So first I will pass a customized color code. Now colors.black. So these are the two colors that I have been passed on the linear gradient. Now begin alignment.top left, which suggests that the first color will be start from the top left position and will end at the bottom right position. Now border radius dot vertical, top radius dot elliptical. Now if you want to provide the border radius from the x and y axis of the container, then you can use a radius dot elliptical here. Now media query dot of context dot size dot width. Now in the y-axis I will write 110, but you might be thinking that what all things I have wrote inside the container. Now let's check by calling a admin login.dart file here. So let's move to the main.dart, and here I will write admin login and will hot restart it again. So here you can see the curved container that I have just made by using a stack widget. So here you can see the two color have been mixed. You can see at the top left position there is a lighter black color, and at the bottom right position you can see that there is a dark black color. So we have mixed two colors by using a linear gradient color here. Now we'll write container margin edge insert dot only, left 30.0, right 30.0 and top 60.0. Now child, and we'll use a form widget. The reason for using the form widget in our container is because form widget help us to check if the user have entered the text on the text field that I will just write in the column widget. So by using the form widget, I can check all the cases regarding the text field. So I will wrap up a column widget with a form widget. Now we'll write text widget here, and in the text widget I'll write let's start with admin, and we'll use a style text style to give a text style to the text widget here, and we'll write colors.black, font size 25.0 and font weight dot bold. So here you can see the text widget. Now we'll write size box height 30.0. Now material, and first I will create a container here. Then inside the container I will pass a to text field where the admin can enter the username and the password. So border radius dot circular 20, child container height media query dot of context dot size dot height divide by 2.2. Now decoration, box decoration, color, colors dot white. We'll give the border radius to the container here. So we'll write border radius dot circular 20. Now we'll write child, column, children, and we'll write size box height 50.0, and we'll pass one more container, and we'll give the padding as inset dot only left 20.0 and top 5.0, and same for the bottom. Now margin edge inset dot symmetric horizontal 20.0, and decoration box decoration border dot all color, and we'll give the color to the border. So we'll write colors dot from ARGB, which will be the customized color code. Now border radius dot circular 10. Now again child, and in the child I will write center child text form field controller, and will pass a controller so that we can control the username. So we'll write text editing controller username controller equals to new text editing controller. The reason for creating the username controller is because I want to get the text what the user will enter on this text field, so that we can check if the admin has entered the correct username for the admin panel or not. So in the validator, I will write value, and will check if the value is null or empty, then we'll suggest the admin to enter the username here. And if we enter the username, then we'll pass null. Now decoration, input decoration, and we'll write border input border dot none Now we'll pass a hint text to our text form field, which suggests that to enter the username on this text field. Then in the hint style, we'll give the styling to the hint text. Now we'll hot reload. So here you can see the text field and the container that I've just created by using the container widget here. Now we'll copy the same text field and paste it in below the username where we will suggest the admin to enter the password. So we'll give a space between the username and the password. So I will write size box height 40.0 and we'll create one more text editing controller for the password so that we can get the password from this text field. Now we'll write please enter password and in the hint text we'll write password. Now size box height 40.0, padding edge inset dot symmetric vertical 20.0, sorry 12.0. Now margin edge inset dot symmetric. We are writing container again because I want to create a customized login button so that after entering the username and the password, admin can directly click to the login button and can directly move to the add quiz page. From there, they can add the quiz according to the selected category he wants. Now we'll write colors.black. Now child center and we'll center the text widget here. So we'll write text login and we'll pass a style to the text widget here by using the text style. Now colors dot white and font size 20.0 and font weight dot bold. So here you can see the customize button. So now let's move and add the username to the text field. So for an instance, I am writing the username Shivam here. So it uses as exact that I wrote in the username because there is a same controller that I passed in the password. So I will write user password controller in the password text field. Now I can pass a separate password for our password text field. Now when I click to the login button, then if I have entered the correct username and the password in these two text field, then we can successfully log in our add quiz page and can directly add the quiz related to the specific category. Now, but before that, let's move to the Firestore database and we need to create the database here because as I have told you that the password and the username that the admin will enter in the admin login page will be unique and it will be only known by the admin. So we'll get that username and the password from the Firestore database and we'll check if it match by the details that admin have been provided in the login page. And if it is, then we can directly move inside the app. Now, one of the main thing to get the Cloud Firestore in our Flutter app is that don't forget to change the rules from here because if you forget to change the rules to true, then you might not upload the data to the Cloud Firestore and it will be very difficult you to understand why I am facing this problem. So that's why I keep on saying that please follow along with me. Do not copy the complete code from the source code and directly paste it in the source file rather than follow along with me because I always teach you each and every step I have used in the Flutter app so that you can also customize the app in your way and can make the app perfect for you to add in your app bucket list. Now in the collection ID, I will write admin and will click on next. Now in the field, I will write ID and the ID for our admin will be Shivam and the password 123456. Now click on save. So as you can see the collection name admin with a random dog ID and the ID and the password for our admin login page. Now let's move and we'll create a function name login admin here which will be called whenever the user will press on the login button. Now we'll write Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection and we'll get the collection name admin that I have just shown you now in the cloud Firestore. Now we'll get the details from our admin collection. Now snapshot dot docs for each. So it will check the first document that we have uploaded in our admin collection here and in the if case will pass if result.data. I mean that our ID does not matches with a user name controller.text where the admin have entered the username, then we'll use a snack bar to show that the username that admin have just entered on this text field is not correct. So we'll write your ID is not correct and we'll create our second case for the password where we'll check that if the password matches with a password that we have just entered in our Firestore database and if it not then we'll write your password is not correct in our snack bar. If both the case is false, then we'll directly move to the else case here and we'll directly push the user to the add quiz page. But let's move and create the add quiz dot file here. And we'll create a stateful widget name add quiz. Now navigator dot push replacement and we'll pass a route where we want to directly push the admin. So we'll write add quiz route. Now we'll write scaffold body container in our add quiz.dart file. So we have wrote a complete code for our admin login page. Now let's check if our admin really works what we have just wrote here. So now let's hot restart the complete app. So our app has launched successfully. Now I will write username Shivam and 123456. Now I'll click to the login button. Here nothing happens because I forgot to wrap up a login button with a gesture director and forgot to pass a login admin function so that it can checks all the case regarding the username and the password and directly push the admin to the add quiz page. Now we have called the login admin function here. Now let's click to the login button. So as you can see, we have successfully moved to the add quiz.dart page and our admin login page is working brilliantly. So now let's move to the add quiz.dart file and here I will first make the UI for our add quiz page from where the admin can directly add the quiz by selecting any of the category. In the scaffold, I will first create the app bar. So I will write app bar title text and in the text I will write add quiz style text style colors dot black font size 20.0 and font weight dot bold. Let me increase the font size so we'll make it to 30. In the column widget I will write text upload the quiz picture. So here the admin has to upload the quiz picture from where they can also write a four option like option 1, option 2, option 3 and option 4 of that specific quiz picture that will be shown here. And there will be the one right answer in that four options and we'll also write that correct answer in one of our text field. Now we'll give the margin edge inside dot only left 20.0, right 20.0 and top 20.0. So it is done. Now let's show the container here. Now in the container there will be a camera icon at the center from where the user can click to that camera and the app will directly opens the phone gallery from where the admin can directly upload the quiz picture for their specific quiz they want to add. Now we'll write center child material and we'll give the elevation 4.0 and border radius dot circular 20. Now child and we'll write container now width 150 and height 150. Now decoration, box decoration, border dot all, colors dot black and we'll give the width 1.5. Now we also give the border radius to the container. So we'll write border radius dot circular 20. Now inside the container, I will first create the icon which will be the icons dot camera alt rounded and we'll also give the color to our icon. So here you can see the container where the user will upload the image of that specific quiz. Now I want to move the text to the left side, so I'll write cross axis alignment dot start in our column widget. Now here comes our four option. So as I have shown you in the question.dart file, there is the image of that specific quiz and a four option from where the user has to guess the correct answer for that specific image that have been shown in that quiz. So we need to add all the four options that admin want to show for that specific image. So I will create a text field for each option here. So our first option will be option 1. So we'll write a text here option 1 and we'll give the color, font size and font weight, and we'll give the spacing by using the size box height 20.0. Now let's create a text field so that admin can add the option 1 here. So container padding edge insert dot symmetric horizontal 20.0, and we'll give the width media query dot of context dot size dot width. I think so you know that why I am using a media query here, because at some of the place I am using a media query in the form of a numeric digit like 150, 200, but at some of the case I am using a media query to give the width to the container. Basically, if you write a numeric digit, then your app will not be highly responsive, and if you use a media query, then your app will be very responsive when you test the app on the different devices. Though I know that I have told this thousands times if you are a old viewer in my channel, but I keep on saying that because I always suggest you to use a media query when you are giving a width to the container or height to the container. Now text editing controller option 1 controller equals to new text editing controller. Now we'll create some more controller for option 2, option 3 and option 4. Now we'll pass option 1 controller here. Now decoration, input decoration, border, input border dot none. Now you might be thinking that why I've used a border input border dot none when I'm writing any of the text field here. Basically, when you run the code without writing a border input border dot none in the text field, you will get a underline in each text field, which not looks good when you want to provide a container with a border radius. So to remove that underline from the text field, you can use a border input border dot none here. Now we'll give the hint style. So we'll use our text style to give the style to our hint text. So here you can see the text field. Now we'll give the size box height 20.0. So we have created the option 1 here. Now let's move and create option 2, option 3 and option 4. So we have created all the options. Now, as I have told you, there will be one more text field to indicate the correct answer between these four options so that we can show the correct answer when the user will press on any of the option from this quiz. So we'll paste one more text field here, but you can see the overflow error because we have not wrapped up a container with a single child scroll view widget. So we'll wrap up a container with a single child scroll view. So now it is done. Let's give the margin from the bottom. So we'll write bottom and we'll give the margin from the bottom 40.0. Now we'll write on the text correct answer, and in the hint text we'll also write correct answer. Now we'll create one more text editing controller for our correct answer. So we'll write correct controller and we'll pass that in the text field. So we have created four options and the correct answer. Now we need to upload all this detail in our specific category. So to upload all the details in our specific category, I need to create a button name add, so that we can directly press that button and can upload the data to our Firestore database. So here I will create a customized button name add by using a container widget and will give the elevation by using a material widget. So here you can see the customize button add here, but I have forgot to specify a category here because I want that the admin can upload the quiz for the specific category like animal, sports, objects, etc. what I have shown you in the home screen. So here I need to create a drop down button so that user can select a specific category. If you have followed the food delivery app series, then you know that how to create a drop down button and can get all the options in the drop down button so that user can select any of the category and can upload the quiz for the specific category. So if you haven't followed the food delivery app series, then you can go to my channel and in the playlist section you will get a complete food delivery app series where we have done the complete food delivery app from the scratch. Now here I will create a container. So we'll give the padding, width and the customized color code in our decoration, box decoration. Now border radius dot circular 10. Now child, and we'll create a drop down button underline, and in the child we'll write drop down button. Now items, in the items I will pass a final list of that category there I have shown you in the home page. So I will write food items equals to our first category is animal, second is sports, third is random, fourth one is fruits, objects, and our last category is place. So we'll pass that items in our food items. Now we need to create a string value so that we can store all the value that we have just mentioned in our food items whenever the admin will select any of the specific category. So in the items, I will write food items. Sorry, why I wrote a food items in our list. Think so. I am still making a food delivery app here because that was a very long series. It will take some time to get out of a food delivery app series here because I have worked nearly 6 to 7 hours in our food delivery app series. So Sorry, I need to change food items to quiz items here. Now in the items, I will write quiz items dot map, and in the map I will pass item. Now drop down menu item, and in the child will pass the text item. Basically, text item is something that the user will select from the specific map or the list that I just mentioned above, which will show that admin which of the specific category he have been selected while using a drop down menu item. Now I will give the style to our text by using a text style. Now we'll write dot to list. So I'm getting a error here. I think so I have forgot to add some function in our drop down button. So let me check. Okay, I got the error. What I've done, I forgot to mention the value in our drop down item. So I will write value, and in the value I will pass a item. So here it is done. Now we need to also mention the onChange method, because as soon as the admin select any of the category from our drop down, then we need to specify that selected category in our container so that it can hint what that specific category the admin has been selected. So we'll use a set state method in our onChange. Now we'll write this dot value is equals to value. So it is done. Now let's save the file, and here you can see the drop down button. Let me give the space between the text field and the container. So we'll use size box height 20.0. Let's also pass the hint text, hint style, and the icon to our drop down button. So here it is done. Now we'll pass a value is equals to value. Now after clicking to the drop down button, you can see all the categories that I've just mentioned in our quiz item list. So this is it from this video. On our next video, we will add the quiz for each category one by one. Then we will show all the quiz in our app so that user can start guessing the image. Also, do not forget to share our channel and our video so that we can include more fellow developers in our community. Also, like and subscribe to channel so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos we upload on this channel. Until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.